Alrighty, okay, so we are on day 3, and what that means is you've already created your viewfinder and your still life light box, and you've compiled the objects that you would like to put in your still life. So when you compile those objects into your still life, you're really doing 2 of the 4 things that we talked about the other day, which is 1, the object theme. You chose a bunch of things that were, or maybe just 1 or 2 things that are related in subject matter. Okay, number 2, you pick something in a similar color scheme, maybe it was complementary color, maybe it was analogous colors, but you pick those objects based on a theme and a color scheme, right? So now we're going to do those other 2 things that make up a great composition. Those other 2 things are complexity of the composition, and the last one is the lighting. So what we're going to do today is actually put together that composition and photograph it. You can work from real life, that's up to you, but I'm going to have you photograph it because, you know, frankly, bananas don't last very long. So if you're working with banana, you need to make it last a long time. And I can also tell you that the whipped cream that I used in this still life, it only worked for probably about 5 minutes before it started melting under the heat of the light. So we have to be a little bit quick every now and then with certain objects. Jewelry, you might not have to worry about. Books, those really aren't going to decay anytime soon. So you don't have to worry about those, but it is a great idea to take pictures of things because sometimes little hands, like your kids, will come in and start moving things around. Been there, done that, trust me. Take some pictures. So that's what we're going to do today. Some tools that you're going to need for today. Your light box, still life light box that we built the other day. Your viewfinder comes in pretty handy in addition to your phone or a camera, whichever one that you're actually comfortable with. Both of them work great. I personally use my phone because the videos and images upload to the cloud, and then I have my choice of whether I want to edit the images on my iPad or on my computer. It's pretty handy. Another thing that you'll need is a light source. So I personally use a selfie light, and I'll include a link into this. And the selfie ring light is really handy because it's flexible, it's got a flexible arm, and it actually has multiple controls on the lighting, so you can intensify the lighting or take it down. You can make it warm or cool or in between. It's really kind of handy. Like I said, I'll include a link to the ones that I personally use. And the last thing that you're going to need for today's exercise is a sense of childlike wonderment, right? Don't be afraid to move an object, to remove an object. Take lots and lots of pictures. That's the beauty of the digital age, right? We get to take lots of pictures and then remove the ones that we don't like and manipulate the ones that we do like. So take lots of pictures. Don't be afraid to experiment. So what we're about to do next is I'm going to take you through me actually setting up several still lifes. So when I do this, I actually do probably about 4 or 5 still lifes at any given time. So that way I don't have to set this up all the time, and I'll have lots of reference images to recall when I feel like doing a still life. Okay, so I'm going to take you through these. I'm going to fast forward, speed it up just a little bit, pause it where I need to, and show you the picture that actually came from that. Alright, let's get started. In this setup, I'm using the still life light box in the open stage format. I've collected 2 pieces of white material. One is actually a pillowcase. Like I mentioned before, you don't have to have lots of fancy stuff. What you're doing is building a still life with enough information that you create a beautiful painting. And in this pillowcase, I light the lace that was on it. For this still life, I did purchase the candy canes and those hot cocoa cake bite things. And as an FYI, you'll actually see me take a bite of one of those later. They look really good, but they taste awful. But, you know, those are some of the sacrifices that we make for our art. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, right? I have to also say, for those of you who don't know, that's my mom in the gray sweater. She has a fabulous eye for decorating and is not afraid to get in there and move around what I put in place. She just makes a fabulous still life creating partner. Maybe there's someone in your house or a friend that you can invite over to help create something unique for you. Notice how I turned out the overhead light? This way I have only one light source. Remember, take lots of pictures from all angles, add or remove objects. You can even put in a Lazy Susan to rotate it if you like. Just remember, have fun with it. Not all the pictures turned out as keepers. Here are a few that I like that I know I can work with. As I take pictures and put the still life together, I'm looking for the following attributes: triangle compositions, object stacking, where objects are in front of each other or on top of each other, strong light source, and get an idea of where the objects present and natural flow of focus. Now let's build a fruit Christmas still life. This is for the healthy folks out there. And here's another interesting composition with various shapes. I must say, I'm kind of entertained watching Mom and I work together on this. So here are a couple of the winners. And now let's do a simple still life in the closed stage format. Here I'm just going to use a couple oranges. going to do is I'm going to walk you through the photo editing process and kind of what I'm thinking when I'm editing the photos. All right, let's get started.